Welcome, disc golf fans from around the world, for the final episode of Tournament Central from here in Leicester, Massachusetts, just an hour west of the city that loves sports, the city of Boston. We've got your MVP Open champion, Matty O, here with you, man. Matty O, how was that pond jump?
They told me it was cold and it was full of snakes, and they lied, so I was stoked. No,
it wasn't even cold?
It wasn't even cold, even for me, and I'm a bona fide wimp, so it ain't that cold.
When was the first time that you saw the pond jump here at Maple Hill? I mean, this is a historic tournament. When's the first time you remember hearing about this event?
Kevin McCoy won it back in 2005 or something like that, and it was my first year of tour that year, 2005, so I remember he won it. I think I remember seeing it. This might even be back when we had VHS and DVDs, something like that.
I think it was. I think it was on VHS. I know that 05 video. 05, that was the year that you made it onto the World's finale with the Yankees jersey. Matty O, you've been at this such a long time. They showed a stat there on the Disc Golf Network today. 60 top 10 finishes without an Elite Series or a major win. You were above Johnny McRae by over 20 top 10 finishes there. What does it mean to finally get that off your back? Like, what emotions first came flooding through when you held up that trophy there on 18?
Sense of relief. I mean, I think me and you have talked about it so much behind closed doors about just needing that one, grinding. I'm almost there. I know I'm close. We've talked about it, but, you know, I lost a DDO. I didn't really blow it or nothing, but I told Terry Miller when I left, I said the main thing I would like is just to get it off my shoulder, not for myself, but just so I can show up to the course every day and not have to hear, this is your day, this is your day. And I'm like, I know. But, you know, not like I know, but, you know, I'm like, that would just be the best part of it all.
Yeah.
So that's going to be relieving for sure. And like I said, full circle, this is the first national tour I might have ever played.
Wow.
Like, kind of in that thing, in a way. And I lost to Nico in the last hole. We had, like, a battle.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure we were killing it to where we were, like, beating third by, like, 10. So it was one of those, like, super good battles. And I think I landed in the same Christmas tree as that I think me and Steve were talking about. He's like, I don't think we... So it's just full circle. It's awesome.
It really is full circle, man. Matty O, did you have a chance to look at the payout, man?
No, what is it?
You just won $18,000. One of the biggest payouts all time in disc golf history, certainly in the top 10. Like, what are you feeling right now on that number? That's going to help you buy that house, right?
I am. I'm planning on going home and buying this house that's like 300 feet from a disc golf course in Chickasaw, Alabama, which is a mile and a half away from my home course called Chickasaw Park. Y'all heard of that? Yeah, so I can't wait.
Well, I know you've been trying to reach out to Saban for a while, but I think we could all rally as a community and potentially, you know, reach out to Bama and let them know that one of their biggest fans just did something special in the sport of disc golf.
Nick, you're my hero, man. You're my father figure now since my dad's gone. I love you, and we got to do it quick because I know he bought a house in Jupiter, Florida, so I know whenever he goes there, he's going to be – you don't see people in there, Jupiter. They buy those houses because they want privacy. So,
okay.
Yeah, once he's gone, I'll never get to meet him, so I got to meet him before he retires.
Well, I know your dad was here with us today, Matty O, and I know you must have been feeling the love down there. I don't know if you could hear the fans with all the chaos that was going on, but when you threw that turnover shot into the green and they saw the way that you reacted, I mean, the players jumped out to greet you in the middle of the fairway, something that we've never really seen before. Like, what was that like, having some of your homies down there, like, immediately just congratulating you?
It was pretty surreal. I heard Barsby said, just simple turnover. That's literally my favorite shot, just to stall any Orange Beach, Alabama freaking stall turnover. So I said, this is just my forte, just do the little stall just like you're on the beach. Everybody's favorite shot on the beach is a turnover, so I've thrown that more than anything. So I was just stoked, and seeing Greg there tell me that, and then the first person I heard when I threw it, I knew it did it, was Casey and Trevon, who had been my roommates for the last 3 weeks, and gotten super bonded with, and it was just super cool.
Yeah,
man.
you stayed at Casey's house, right?
Mm-hmm. And me and Trayvon have been like bonding, man. That's like my new homie. So he's got to hang out with me and see me more than anybody the last 2.5 weeks. So it's just cool. It kind of hit there because that's been my dude for the last 2.5 weeks. So seeing him, it made it seem real, like truly.
Man, that's so cool. It's really special to see the players who you beat all of these guys, but to see them experience the joy with you. Like when a guy like yourself wins, it feels like it's a win for all of us, man. And you had me emotional. I was in tears watching you finish. It's just so special. And I'm just going to ask you just a couple more questions from the round, and then we'll close this out. All right? I'm going back to your run. Okay. You're in the middle of the run of your career right there, holes 11 through 17. Like, at what point are you ever checking the scores going, am I going to do this? Like, where's the lead card at? Where's Gossage at? Because he was on fire, right?
Oh, I told him we saw each other in putting green. We were just being real, not saying that, but we were like, we got to ride off each other today because it ain't going to be the other two guys on the card because I know, nothing against them, but I know it ain't that way. It's like, let's feed off each other today. Let's do it. So, like, seeing that in full circle, but so after hole 11, there was no service. There were so many people, I guess, on their phone. Nobody, I asked my caddy, finally after hole, I think it was either this hole or the next hole, I was like, what's the scores? What's the scores? He said, I ain't got it. So on the last shot, I kind of can feel the sense of like, everything around. And I asked Goose, I said, what do you think I should do? Should I lay up or go for it? Because nobody had service. And he's like, tell him by how everything is, you should lay it up. And
which hole? 18.
18
He's telling you should lay it up.
Yes, because we didn't know because nobody had service because it was so busy.
And Gossage knew.
I walked over to him because I looked at the guy. I was like, and I was like, I got to ask Aaron. And he said, I ain't got service, but I would lay it up. And I was like, okay. And that's why I threw the little sidearm. I was like, don't. And then.
Oh, man. And the rest is history.
The rest is freaking history.
Well, Matteo, thanks for coming and joining us soaking wet here on Tournament Central. Guys, your MVP Open champion, Matteo, roll tide.
Saving baby Julio Jones. And I get to go home, too, to Alabama. Sweet home.
All right, we're going to send it to break and maybe check out the Dallas Cowboys while they're at it. They're playing the Jets right now.
Let's go, baby.
All right, you heard it, guys. We'll be right back after a short commercial break here on the Disc Golf Network.
Down back there.
PDG Event Support Helpline.
Hey, so I'm setting up the most epic event of all time, and I'm wondering, do I need insurance?
As long as the event's in the US or Canada, insurance is included with your sanctioning agreement.
Okay, awesome, because we're trying this cool new thing where we have an alligator pit on the 18th green. It's gonna be epic.
Insurance or not, I don't think having literal death putts is a good idea.
Okay, I'll consider it. Oh, no, boy, no!
Are you still there? Oh God, are you still there?
With a smooth, clean shave, every day is a clean slate. So who cares if you put all your money in crypto and called your boss an idiot? Barbasol. It's a can of can-do.
Oh man, I'm down by 2 with 2 holes to go. It's the hole 8 island. I need this birdie. I need this. Should I use my last 2 driving chips? Or should I save them for the final tee shot? Or maybe I'll just use one now. Maybe I need to save one for the next drive.
Time delay, dude. That's a courtesy violation.
That's a stroke. You're down by 3 now, Potty Mouth.
Welcome back to Tournament Central. Nate, what an incredible interview from a champion who has been waiting for that interview for 20 years. Nate, what did you take from that?
Well, the biggest thing I take from it, I'm getting choked up right now, but the biggest thing I take is that everybody is rooting for a guy like that. Like, that's what I saw. the other players just like immediately celebrating his win when he threw that putter turnover. Like, that's what seems to be so special about this game is like only one person can win. Like, only one person can be the champion. And, you know, it's almost like every player wants everybody to have their moment. And Mattio's been competitive at the highest level for, you said it, 20 years, and somehow it's never been his day, you know. And so for the players to celebrate in the moment like that with him, like, it just brings joy. It brings so much.
Nate, I caught up with Pete Wingard, who was at the tournament that Mattio won for the very first time. He was 15 years old. I asked Pete, what did you notice in Matt? What impressed you? And he said, you know, back in the day, a lot of our tournaments were deuce or die courses, and really everyone was shooting well. It was just who had a crack in the armor first, and he said Matt almost never seemed to falter. He handled the clutch situations with such grace. Even at age 15, it felt like he was built for these moments, and he just praised Matt endlessly. I mean, and Pete at the time was on tour and saw someone like Matt for the first time and was blown away. And he had such good words to say about him, and now here he is all these years later. Again, he meets Greg Barsby and Double G at Juniors in Miami in 2002, and all three of them are still here on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. And he said it was simply because of love of the game. That's why he's here. It's a part of who he is. It's a part of his identity. And I was asked by somebody right as I was walking up to kind of meet Matt and talk to him about, you know, where we were going to interview. And he said, you know, where does disc golf need to go, Brian? And that's a pretty powerful question to ask somebody. And I said, you know what? What's happening right now needs to happen in disc golf. Somebody who has traversed multiple generations and has talked about watching Ken Climo on DVD and VHS when he was a little kid, looking in the PDGA magazine to see where the next tournaments were. Someone like that who has seen everything and has done almost everything in this game, now in the modern era with so much talent and so much exposure, still taking down a victory. It's
got the chills.
Nate, I'm walking down the fairway of 16 and everyone that I see has the chills. Everyone knows the weight of the moment as we're walking down 16 and everyone's checking their phones and realizing that Matt has won. It's done. And you know what's so funny? You'd think it would be a deflated atmosphere watching the lead card. Nobody cared. Everybody was in the moment, so happy to just watch shots come in on 16. It did not matter. And today was a win for everybody in the disc golf community. And I think just the fact on top of it, the cherry, he's a really wholesome and genuine human being that I really haven't heard a bad thing about. And Greg Barsby was really emotional, you know, telling me all sorts of stories as I walked up 18. And yeah, it's going to be a real nice celebration for that man tonight. And like you said, the prize money itself, life-changing. He was grinding in the days where a few $100s was an amazing payout for first place.
He really has spanned those eras. I mean, it's hard to even fathom that he was playing in the Climo era. And then he's seen all of the Macbeth era, the Macbeth Wasaki era, and now, as you say, in the modern era where there's 25, there's 30 guys with that skill set, and he's spanned all three of those decades, and he is here. He's here now. And Brian, Mattio is not just, like, he's so tuned in to the game. Like, when I first started to get to know him a few years ago, like, I didn't realize that he paid attention to every player as much as he does. Like, if you sit on the couch and watch the Disc Golf Network with him, you know, on a week that he's not doing so good, he'll sit and break down everyone's throw, and he'll say, wow, I didn't know that he changed to that angle, and he changed his putt. Watch, Perk, like, he changed his putt. Last week he was doing this, now he's doing that. Maybe I should work something in there like that. Mattio, he's a goofy guy. He's always going for the jokes, but he's very tuned in to what everybody in this community is doing, and he's always trying to feed off that. The man just, he loves the game. He loves sports, and so for a sport, for this game to give back to him in the way that he's given to all of us it's so beautiful.
You know what's crazy? His rookie season was 2003. Ken Climo won a world title in 2006, Nate. He was in the Climo era deep for 3 years before Climo's last professional world title. I mean, this guy is still in his 30s. I mean, he's been good for forever. And I can't say enough good things about him. I mean, just as an analyst of the game, a lover of the game, and just the way he plays is one of one, Nate.
Yep. Well, Brian, this has been, this is why we do it. I mean, this is why I've dedicated myself now to, the network and disc golf media. It's for moments like that right there, man. That is so special to go in there and give him the hug. You make eye contact with him. He sees who it is, and he's just so excited to share with you the joy that he's feeling. Steve Dodge giving him some love right there. There we go. If you make the cash here at Maple Hill, of course, get the shot of Jameson. There it is.
Well, it's been a phenomenal weekend here at Maple Hill. It delivers yet again. History has been made. We're going to take one more commercial break. On the other side, we celebrate the FPO winner, Haley King, with her first win here at Maple Hill. We will see you soon.
Whether I'm on the course or behind the camera, there's one thing driving me forward: the shot. The shot that no one else thinks about or would even dare to try. The shot that people will remember, that tells a story. For me, that's what disc golf's all about. Introducing the time lapse, the first 12-speed featuring gyro overmold technology, and the first disc in the Simon line. Coming soon.
A round of disc golf can be long, and if you're playing in a tournament, it can feel like a marathon. This can leave you physically and mentally fatigued by the end when your shots matter most. With space for your discs, water, and even a place to sit, a cart enables you to bring what you need, helping you feel more prepared and energized without carrying the extra weight. This can help you maintain your edge and save you strokes through every round.
Feeling great starts with a great shave. Today, the world is in the palm of your hand. Or at least this can is. For over 100 years, Barbasol. It's a can of can-do.
Welcome back. The MVP Open is wrapping up this week on the Disc Golf Network. And if you're not already subscribed to DGN, you can subscribe today and use the code Tournament Central, all one word, at checkout for a free month subscription. Scan the QR code or hit the link in the YouTube description to subscribe today to watch the rest of the 2023 disc golf season live as it unfolds. The United States Disc Golf Championship, the Disc Golf Pro Tour finale, the Throw Pink Women's Disc Golf Championship, the U.S. Women's Disc Golf Championship, so much more action to behold. Get your free month subscription. Someone who is going for her second U.S. title in a row, who just picked up her first victory here at MVP, Haley King. Nate, it was one of the most exciting final rounds of the entire year. Nobody knew who was going to win. What do you take away from that?
It's so good for the FPO division to have that. I mean, it's great to have someone rise to the top like Kristen Tatar, and she's just been the favorite all year long. And for her to face that adversity, rise to the occasion, sinking those circle two putts and taking the lead, and then on 16 and 17, it's like bringing the show back on, right? Getting the players back into it. And Haley King never counted herself out. Like, she never showed us the Haley King of old from a few years back. Like, to not count yourself out of it, even when you're stringing bogeys together, like in that third round, to bring it back. Here we go. The putt of the weekend. Okay, this is 6. That's a good
This
circle.
is one of many putts of the weekend.
This
Nate.
is hole 6. There were 3 circle 2 putts in a row, Brian, on hole 6. The fans were overjoyed. That's a clean forehand there on 12 down the hill.
And this is after Kristen forces her to go for the green, and she throws an absolute dime on the nerviest chip shot of the year. And she said in her post-round interview, no, wasn't nervy whatsoever. We've seen so many people blow that shot wide, long, no problem. Nate, let's listen to the interview. Just a fantastic win for Haley.
I am extremely proud of myself. I held to a game plan that I generally, don't like, playing boring golf, and I force myself every day. Par is fine. Let other people mess up, move on, and I feel really good that I did that, and I stuck with it, and ended up winning.
And it's a little convenient that your game is starting to peak right before the U.S. Championship that you're looking to defend. How excited are you for that event in Burlington?
Dude, I'm so excited. We're flying out my stepmom to come caddy for me, so it's going to be a great time.
Nate, as if there wasn't enough action this weekend, we still have major championships for other players to play for. What do you have to say? What are your final words, and what can we look forward to in the next few weeks?
Well, I got I'm looking at a few posts already from players who are already in Burlington, North Carolina, preparing for the tournament, and I believe Lance Brown was one of the course designers there. The course looks heavily wooded. It looks very technical. As was the course that they played on last year, and it was anybody's game. I love the style of play there in the Carolina Woods. Haley lives there now, so that's where she's been training in the off season. And you said it great in that interview right there. Like, isn't it convenient? She's trending. She's just winning before she's going there to defend. She's going to try and keep Kristen Tatar from doing something that's never been done in the FPO division before, and that's win all 4 majors in a season.
I can't say there's been a time where my hair has been standing up in my arms for a longer period of time, Nate. It has been phenomenal this week. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We are going to see you out there in Burlington for the U.S. Women's Championship. Brian Earhart, Nate Perkins. Good night, folks. Go get yourself a lobster roll. We're in Worcester. Good night.